Modern Warfare 2 teaser has been revealed. Xbox and Bethesda showcase on June 12th. A new Tales from the Borderlands game. Last of Us 2 remake possible. And Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order 2. All on this episode of the Bleep Bloop podcast. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Bleep Bloop podcast. If this is your first time listening in, I want to say thank you for tuning in. Thank you for coming and checking it out with your boy Retro to the Let's Go Retro Lag from Retro Lag's Neighborhood, Retro's Neighborhood, content creators hub, where everything from gaming to podcasts to music to videos is all housed, and you can find it. In any case, this is the Bleep Bloop podcast. This is about games, all right? And this episode is about the gaming headlines that I found interesting. So we're going to dive right in. The first one we're talking about comes from GameSpot, and this is from Eddie Mackich, and it's Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 teaser points to a return of Task Force 141 and maybe a location. Now, at the time of recording this on April 28th, Activision Infinity Ward revealed the Modern Warfare 2 logo as well as a teaser trailer. Now, some people have started to digest and dissect the trailer, and what they pointed out at 7 seconds into the animation, you can see the emblem for Task Force 141. Now, Task Force 141 was the special operations group that got together in the Modern Warfare games to take down all of the enemy threats. It's really no surprise to some that Task Force 141 would get back together, given that this was heavily suggested at the end of the Modern Warfare 2019 game. There are some more things that were spotted. There was an individual that spotted some coordinates on the video, and those coordinates pointed to a spot in Singapore. So what that tells me is that they're going to be going all over the globe to different locations, various sites to do just, various missions. The other thing that was pointed out a while back was that this one might possibly take place in South America, where they're battling drug cartels. So I think that would be pretty interesting. I think that'd be a cool take. In the past they fought the Russians, they fought like some terrorist groups. So, I don't know if they were necessarily Russians. They might have just had some individuals. But in any case, there's a lot more to digest. The official trailer and release date haven't been announced, but I would go out on a limb to say that we're probably really, really close, considering that they usually go about May, June time frame when they make the announcements for when the release of the game is going to be, as well as footage of the game. And this is going to be one of those highly anticipated games. So more to follow when this comes out, but I wanted to start off with this because, this is a great game. This was a great series, and I know people are looking forward to it. All right, so let's move on to the next one. The Xbox and Bethesda Games Showcase will stream on June 12th. This story comes from PC Gamer and was written by Christopher Livingston. Now, there's no E3, we know that, but Microsoft did announce that the Xbox and Bethesda Games Showcase will stream on Sunday, June 12th at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. According to Microsoft and Bethesda, some amazing titles coming from Xbox Game Studios, Bethesda, and their partners around the world. A lot of people are really anticipating Starfield. There may be a look at Redfall, which is Arcane's co-op vampire shooter, and a sneak peek at an Indiana Jones game, which was teased back in 2021. I think there's going to be quite a bit of the Starfield footage. I think they may show some Obsidian footage of the game Avowed, as well as maybe Fable, because after all, this is a Microsoft Game Studios as well as Bethesda Showcase. So who knows, maybe we will get a little bit more of a Elder Scrolls 6 trailer, but you never know what they're going to show. Sometimes you anticipate something and then they don't show it. Other times you're not really anticipating anything and they show you exactly what you wanted to see. So in any case, we'll find out June 12th exactly what is going to be coming out and what they want to reveal. A new Tales from the Borderlands game will be released in 2022. This game was reported from IGN by Adam Bankhurst. Gearbox has announced that a brand new Tales from the Borderlands game will be released in 2022 from Gearbox and 2K, and it promises a new adventure, new characters, and new tales. Tales from the Borderlands was released back in 2014 by Telltale Games, and it told the story between the events of Borderlands 2 and Borderlands 3 and followed two unreliable narrators. Forgive me if I'm saying it wrong, Rise and Fiona, as they searched for a vault and ran into fan favorite Borderlands characters like Claptrap. Now, if I remember correctly, I first saw the headline of this announced around the time that PAX kicked off, and I think this was during the Gearbox event. I think it's really, really cool because the Telltale games were always good, and then a tale from the Borderlands series was really good. So to be able to see a new series in the version or in the storytelling mode that the Telltale games are known for, I think is really, really great and is really, really refreshing. The question is it only going to be from Gearbox and 2K, or is Telltale going to have some involvement? There's a lot more to come out. Apparently it says it's coming out in 2022. We're only in the end of April, beginning of May, so maybe this comes out at the end of the year. Maybe it comes out in the summertime. Who knows, but there will be more to follow. The next story we got comes from GameSpot. More evidence from The Last of Us Remake appears online. And this is written by Darren Bontheus. A new LinkedIn listing has provided more clues to the unannounced remake of The Last of Us. Credits for QA testing and development support plus level point of contact for unannounced remake project were found on the resume of a Naughty Dog QA employee. Talk about some people doing some homework. As spotted by Eurogamer, the page also has, quote, QA testing and development support on environment designed for unannounced multiplayer project, unquote, listed on the page. Another sign that the remake could feature an online component. This isn't the only Last of Us project in development, as leaks from earlier in the year uncovered the apparent existence of a director's cut of The Last of Us Part 2. While Naughty Dog's Neil Druckmann said at CES 2022 that the studio was, quote, dying, unquote, to show off the multiple games it has in development. Now, it goes on to talk about their next releases. I'm gonna be perfectly honest, I didn't even know that there was gonna be a remake. I mean, I think I heard that there might be. But I gotta tell you the truth, The Last of Us in itself, I feel, doesn't need a remake. I think what they need to do is definitely focus on The Last of Us 2 director's cut, because if there were a lot of things that were cut out that they wanted to include in the game, then maybe that would better shed light on the events that happened in Last of Us 2. I have yet to play it, but from what I have heard, a lot of fans were left somewhat disappointed. I think focusing on the Legacy of the Thieves as well as just other games in general would be a great perspective, or maybe even a prequel, you know, like something leading up to the events of what happened. I think that would be really cool in itself, you know, not necessarily focusing in on the characters of The Last of Us or Last of Us 2, rather focus on the events of Last of Us. I think that would be really cool. Now, there also is, you know, the Last of Us TV show getting ready to come out, but I don't know how I feel about it, considering that Pedro Pascal said he did not look at any source material for the role. So I gotta be honest, I don't like when studios do that. I think you need the source material because that is what people want to see. They want to see it translated into real life. So in any case, this is just a rumor right now. This is stuff that people did some digging on. I don't know what this means. I thought it was an interesting story. I wouldn't be surprised if there is a remake that does come out. So more to follow on that as it develops. All right. And the last story we have, this is from Games Radar. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order 2 is reportedly new gen exclusive and launching in 2023. This is written by Jordan Gerblick. Star Wars Jedi 2 Fallen Order 2 is reportedly launching in 2023 for new gen consoles and PC only. At first glance, this might not sound ideal for folks who haven't managed to find PS5 stock or Xbox Series X stocks, but Jeff Grubb goes on to claim with certainty that the sequel isn't launching until 2023. Quote, one of the reasons that they're going to be able to do that is because it's not coming until 2023. The game is for sure now not coming until 2023. There's really nothing official that's came out other than what it's going to be available on. There's no storyline, no footage, no still imagery, no character descriptions, anything like that. Not sure if it's going to be a sequel from the first one or if it's going to branch off into a different storyline. Is it going to tie into any of the lore from the shows or any other games? Don't know any of that. I thought it was just an interesting story because that does mean that it is on the horizon. Within the next 18 months, we should see a lot more of this game and what is going to come of it. So in my head, we just got to wait and see what happens. I mean, I kind of expected that it would only be available on those next generation consoles because that further provides reason for people to go out there and buy those systems and play this game on those systems because the graphics are made for them. So more to follow. Hope you enjoyed it though. Hey, this was a short episode today. These were some of the headlines. I know there's a lot more news that's going to be coming down really soon with E3 being canceled and Summer Game Fest around the corner. I know there's going to be a lot of stuff, a lot of headlines. So stay tuned in the coming weeks. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Like always, make sure you follow. Make sure you leave a comment, show some love on if you're listening on podcast services. And unfortunately, there was no video to accompany this one, but who knows? Maybe we'll come back to the videos relatively soon. In any case, I wish you all lots of love, and I'll see you on the next one. Till then, peace.